Mr. Mathis,
Evening.
you and I are gonna have to walk out together. That's okay.
Trying to say I'm security tonight. You know I'm not that. I definitely did it.
Attorney Mathis, can I get you to do something for me?
Look at yes, Mr. Mayor, let me get a couple of sheets situated.
The time is now 6:00 p.m. and we will be starting this meeting of the Selma City Council. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. This meeting is now called to order. The time is 6:00 p.m. And now we'll have a word of invocation. And we're going to ask that our invocation be given this evening by Reverend Rita Martin. Come on up. You guys gonna get you one day.
You sure got me that time. So I got to stand right here.
Get right here. This one.
It's on, okay. All right, let us move to the Lord in prayer. Most gracious and heavenly Father, we just come to you now with humble hearts. Before we ask for anything, Lord, we just want to say thank you for everything. In this season of Thanksgiving, thank you for our city leaders, God. Thank you for what they're setting out to do to bring about positive changes in our community, Lord. We ask that you just bless them one by one, Father. Just touch them, just put your spirit on them right now in the name of Jesus and empower them to do everything that you would have them to do. Bring unity like never before. Bring peace to our streets and to our leaders like never before. Father, just bless this meeting. Let it be done accordingly to your will. And let us just continue to partner together as one Selma to bring about hope and positive change. We love you and we thank you. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let us all stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. You may be seated. At this time, we'll ask our clerk to perform our roll call for the evening. Good evening.
President Young,
Present.
Council Carville, Councilwoman Christie Thomas, Council Carmichael, Councilwoman James, Councilman Randolph, Councilman Simpson,
Here.
Councilwoman Jamie Thomas, Councilman Johnson.
Here. All right, thank you, Madam Clerk, for our roll call. Council, please turn your attention to our agenda for the evening. The character trait of the month is considerate. When you possess the trait of being considerate, you show an ability to think of other people as well as yourself. You show care to others and seek to understand how they might feel in certain situations and adjust your behavior accordingly. Let us all remember our character trait for the month considered. At this time, council, you have the agenda before you for the evening. The chair at this time asks for a motion to approve our agenda for the evening, but before we come with that approval, we do have announcements that we're going to add to our announcements. We'll hear from Mr. Steele and Reverend Martin about a proposal they want to bring to us. That's going to take place during our announcements. And then, thank you. And then we'll have other announcements from the council as well. Okay, okay, we also have an announcement from Tori Neal. So with those additions, is there a motion to approve the printed agenda? Is there a second? All right, please allow the minutes to reflect that it was moved by Councilman Johnson and properly seconded by Councilwoman James to approve our agenda with the stated additions. Are we ready for the question? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Young,
Yes.
Councilman Hartsfield, Councilwoman Christie Thomas, Councilman Carmichael,
Yes.
Councilwoman James, yes, Councilman Randolph,
Yes.
Councilman Zimmerman,
Yes.
Councilwoman James Thomas. Yes, Councilman Johnson.
Yes. Thank you, council, for your votes. Now, council, please turn your attention to our consent agenda for today. It's Tuesday, November the 9th, 2021. We have a total of 22 items on our consent agenda. Please turn your attention to each one. Item number 1, to approve a purchase order in the amount of $6,840 with funding dispersed from account 1.6115-51045 to Net Motion Software Inc. Item number 2, to approve the payment to BMSS for invoice number 266472 in the amount of $27,325. Item number 3, to approve resolution R120-20/22 to appoint a municipal treasurer. Item number 4, to approve resolution R122-21/22 to appoint a municipal tax collector. Item number 5, to approve resolution R123-21/22 to set the salary for the city clerk. And council, we're just reminding, we've already done a resolution appointing our clerk in the past, and we also voted on the salary. So this is just on the specific document that can be placed in our minutes and archives. We've already done the action of selecting our clerk and setting the salary. Item number 6, to approve a purchase order for Snow's cleaning service in the amount of $7,000 with funding dispersed from Councilman Carmichael's discretionary account 1.6002-51070.3. Item number 7, and there will be a correction in item number 7, to approve the Thanksgiving holiday to be observed, and that should be on November the 25th through the 26th. That's going to be that Thursday and Friday. So please change to November 25th through 26th. All city offices are to be closed on these dates, except those areas where it is essential to maintain personnel. Item number 8, to approve Christmas holiday to be observed on December 24th and December 27th. All city offices are to be closed on these dates, except those areas where it is essential to maintain personnel. Item number 9, to approve the New Year's holiday to be observed on December 31st. All city offices are to be closed on this date, except those areas where it is essential to maintain personnel. Item number 10, to approve an invoice in the amount of $857.50 to Holsford, Gillian, Higgins, Hickson, and Howard PC. Item number 11, to approve a contract for services with Jerry and John Woods Construction in the amount of $41,300 with funding dispersed from gas tax account 11.6200-51640.8. Item number 12, to approve resolution R109-21/22, declaring public nuisance and immediate abatement for dilapidated and unsafe structures in Ward 2 and 3. Item number 13, to approve resolution R110-21/22, declaring public nuisance and immediate abatement for dilapidated and unsafe structures, Ward 4. Item number 14, to approve resolution R111-21/22, declaring public nuisance and immediate abatement for dilapidated and unsafe structures, Ward 5. Item number 15, to approve resolution R112-21/22, declaring public nuisance and immediate abatement for dilapidated and unsafe structures, Ward 6. Item number 16, to approve resolution R113-21/22, declaring public nuisance and immediate abatement for dilapidated and unsafe structures, Ward 7. Item number 17, to approve resolution R114-21/22, declaring public nuisance and immediate abatement for dilapidated and unsafe structures, Ward 8. Item number 18, to approve resolution R115-21/22, weed abatement for Wards 2 and 4. Item 19, to approve resolution R116-21/22, weed abatement, Ward 5. Item number 20, to approve resolution R117-21/22, weed abatement, Ward 6. And item number 21, to approve resolution R118-21/22, weed abatement, Ward 7. And finally, item number 22, to approve resolution R119-21/22, weed abatement, Ward 8. Those are the 22 items on our consent agenda for the evening, with the correction to item number 7 regarding the Thanksgiving holiday. Are there any questions about any items listed on the agenda for the evening? Councilwoman Thomas, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I vote on the item here, I'd like to give a further understanding on this. Can I tell you when you come out to the vote?
Go ahead now, because we can, some others might have, so.
On item number 2.
Okay.
The payment for EMS. And I want to know, is he on today? Because, this is, we have not received a dialogue of the city's finance of what's being paid out or anything from BMSS. And, we asked, this is entitled to the city of Selma, the citizen, a monthly report to come from the treasurer, which he was placed in as interim treasurer. And we need an update. We asked for it, and I'm thinking last month we did get one. This month we need one. Is he's on Zoom or was he requested to be at the meeting?
Okay, I can't answer really requested, but I can see. Mr. Campbell, are you on Zoom this evening with us, or a representative from BMSS? Is anyone from BMSS here?
Council President Young,
Yes, ma'am.
this is Dawn. I don't think anybody will be present tonight from BMSS.
You'll be, I'm sorry.
I don't think anyone will be present tonight. He spoke with Shakir earlier, and I know he said he would not be able to make it, but I can get those reports to you guys. Now, I did email September reports. October reports have not been emailed out, but I did send out September financial reports.
Okay, thank you. All right, anything else on this now? Councilwoman Thomas?
Oh, well, go ahead. I'm so good tonight.
Okay, hey, go ahead, Councilwoman James.
I have the same concern, on last Thursday, the work session, it was saying that we will have something to look at today, and compare why the price is that. And I don't feel comfortable at all, because we have had any report, and he was, hired as our interim president. So I don't think we should do anything to do with it, we have what we need.
Okay, since here for both of you, do one of you or both of you, would you all like the item removed from the consent agenda? It only takes one. So we will remove item number 2 at this time from the consent agenda. All right, are there any other questions about any other items that have been placed? Councilwoman Thomas?
I haven't finished. The next item is, number three and number 4.
Yes, ma'am.
I stick to my vote because of, you put it on the agenda. And from my understanding, what our pay plan had told us, how to reach the level to, where the employees would come up to. And I think that, I believe in, going according to the way we had discussed it. But I see where we went into the ARPA pay plan, and we were given by the HR director the top, just about at the highest pay range of the new beginning in working, which those are our appointment positions, the treasurer and the tax collector. I have nothing wrong with people making money, but I do not believe in we paid all the pay plans, and they suggested that how we would do to give a raise. And I know we need the treasurer, and I know we need the tax collector. But I'm a firm believer of doing according to what this body of council asked all the people to do for. And my next one.
Okay.
My next on the item is I know we have a contract on here that I know that Councilman Johnson is asking us to vote on tonight. And the reason why I'm asking, I directly stated according to the requirement of.
Councilwoman Thomas, clear, are you talking about item number 11?
Yes, item number 11. Item number 11. I'd like to be clear and to do what's right according to the legislative law. And according to how we use our gas tax fund. My concern is that I would like to ask, this is Councilman Johnson project that we done in this ward. I would like to ask Councilman Johnson, is this a public work service or head project, Councilman Johnson?
This is some work that has to be done, emergency on the city side that has to be done. According to the law, this gas money can be used for anything that we see in the down that on the ground. This comes off of the city, not on their side, on the city side.
So this is what I'm asking before I cast my vote. I know you're represented in this board, but according to, I want to be on I don't believe in voting that I'm not required under the law. My question is to you, the pipe that you're saying with the 3 houses connected, is that on a private property side? And is the pipes got to come across when you're saying to the city drain? That's what I wanted to know.
Right, what I'm saying is the problem is all this is city responsibility. We have to take it, not on the private section part, not on the homeowners. This problem is coming from the city that have to be corrected. We've been sued many times for issues like this.
And this is why my vote is I'm very concerned when I give my vote and what I read according to under the section 66 under the deal with the county and the municipality law with using oil exposure.
Well,
And not, just saying, I'm
I
speaking
got
for
you.
me.
Let me say this, Ms. Thomas.
Okay.
I'm not sitting up here breaking the law.
No,
And I got
I.
a attorney right there. And I know what the municipality said in the past, what we can do, what we can't do. And I'm not gonna sit here and spend the city money in something to be illegal. I'm a long way from being approved. So I know what I'm doing. So like I said, again, I have got representation from the attorney. And I know that when money go underground and seeping in, it can be done. And I also got the fact that it was not on the homeowner side, it was on the city side. We had a problem. We had problems with some residents out there on old, by Domino's years ago, when they jumped the suit up to the court several times and won. So this is something we responsible for. Again, I do my homework, like you say, I know what I'm doing.
That's my question.
And that's it. That's
All right, thank you, thank you. And for the attorney, I'll get you, Councilman Conrad. Attorney Madison, as you prepared the actual document that we're voting on, it is your understanding that this is going to be the city side that we are working on?
It is, it is.
Okay, and then also, as attorney for the city, would you make a representation that this is lawful under that?
I will not only make the representation, I had to call a couple times, I only got through the last time, to one of the attorneys for the League of Municipalities. Just this afternoon, we discussed it, and he said the same thing that I thought at first was the case. A question was raised, but the question that was raised was not a valid question to prevent the contract from being voted on.
Okay. So it's okay for the discretionary account?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, not discretion.
Oil and gas, please, not
Oil and
discretion.
Can I say this?
Oil and gas.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is 8 wards. If everybody take care of their ward and know what they're doing, this thing will so much smooth. We all and everybody will be in everybody's ward. I don't get in nobody's ward with what they're doing. Because enough time, I got no issue to take care of Ward 8. Yes, instead of jumping in everybody's ward. So if you don't know what you're doing, you don't need to go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I finish,
Councilman,
Mr. President?
okay, you want to be
That's my
at
last closing remark as a council person speaking. When it comes before the body of the council under state law, that when we say using all these money has never been used for a project what you're doing. This is the first time, I'm speaking, this is the first time that it came before the body of the council for $41,300 to be done for this project. And also the reason why I said what I said is because the same contractor that you using now is the same contractor that the contract came before the body of the council saying that he had did a project that was $30,000 that the city owed. And that was my concern before I cast a vote. I'd like to be clarified by the attorney that I can vote for that.
Okay, thank you. I think that's understood. And we observed it twice. Okay, go ahead.
I have no problem by using some fund to get this taken care of. I can use my part now. I didn't come to neither one of y'all to ask y'all for some other money. I'm doing it from 48 fund, okay? And also, it's not your fund to be messing with the part that is your water stuff.
That's
Okay,
not
I'm talking. Okay, so what I'm saying is this here. Now, if each council want to give me some money, I'll accept it. If I need to go in that unappropriate account, not appropriate account, unappropriate account, I'm willing to do that. So if that's the case, we need to do that. I can use my water money for something else. I bet I can.
Okay, all right, that's it for that item, ladies. Did you, Councilman Carmichael, you get that hand? Go ahead, sir.
Number 6 is regarding claim service. I would like to take that off for discussion. I had some questions for the attorney.
Okay,
If y'all mind.
so we're removing item number 6 at this time.
And
What is 6 again?
6,
Which item?
item number 6.
Number?
yeah, I'll bring it up.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Question about it. And then just a quick question about this on number 12, which is the public nuisance and media back on the left day unsafe structure for Ward 2 and 3. there were a couple on there, one that has already been demolished and one that looks like it was in fine condition. I just didn't know, I mean, I never just sent them a letter out to not be with. I just wanted to make sure that we were aware of those two properties.
The thing that I heard, I think it was Thursday night, was that the council president said, especially since they were broken down into wards, if each council person reviewed and found some concern or question about any property, just bring it to my attention. I'll be happy to take into account not only what you just said, but you're right too, that the notice that will go out has a 45-day requirement before we can even act on demolition. So we're talking 7 weeks, 6 weeks before anything can be done.
So as long as we can just, and I'll give you those numbers.
And I'm asking for that.
Make sure.
I'm not only asking it from you, I'm asking it from everybody, is what I'm getting at.
All right, any other questions about any other items that are listed on our consent agenda for the
And Ward 7, number 21, we
number 21?
yes.
You had an issue with some of those properties?
Some of those properties, my concern is, with the weed abatement property that we have, could I ask you a question? With this weed abatement and abandonment, the funds that, to be used for the grass cutting, where does these funds come from?
I don't have the fund account numbers. I'd have to get that from finance.
I'm saying for this work to be done in our ward, where is this fund coming out of general? Coming out of coding?
I don't ever determine where the funds come from. I can find out for you, is what I'm saying. But that's not a call I ever make, the fund account number. I have to get that from the requesting party. And in this case, I guess that would be code enforcement or the finance office.
And that's why I wanted to know, with all of these in our wards, that grass to be cut and then for the abandoned houses to be torn down. The council has to make a decision. We need to know where these funds are going to come out.
What I'm saying is, last year I had a list sent to me of all the fund account numbers, and I looked at them and wondered why they were in my inbox. And I immediately tried to use them, only to find out that I had no business trying to use fund account numbers out of finance. So from that point on, I've made it my business not to come up with any fund account numbers, only to get them from the requesting party.
It's going to cost $10,000, probably for each one of these 6 will have to.
Oh, that's what I want to know, because we taking the vote on it, we saying for the past resolution for the work to be done. And I just want.
I would imagine where the funds have always come from. I can't answer that without a finance or code
But you
enforcement
will come back
request.
for the process, so.
If you want to know, can I bring the fund account numbers back? Yes. Yes. I just don't have that information.
I just wanted to know.
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Johnson.
We cannot use, city, fund to tear down, private property, home. And that's what I want to say. I'm not sure, I don't need, because when I got ready to tear down the 5G out here, they stopped me and told me you cannot use public fund, to do that. So that was the reason why that bill didn't get that out. Again, I'm trying to look into that, there may be something different, but I can say this, in Ward 8, I will try to get the public, work to cut the nuisance grants in my ward, and as well as get that, put up that thing, you tear down the house and go around. But work out, go down some houses, before, they throw a house across the street from McDonald's and down there, they throw several houses down before they got rid of it. So I'm not sure they determined from the public works now.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I'm hearing at least 2 issues, maybe 3. One is whether or not we can tear down or demolish a structure. The code gives the city that authority to demolish a dilapidated structure only after it's been through the proper process. Notice to the owners, coming to you first of all with the resolution, notice to the owners. A second appearance for the council to get that final decision after notice goes out, so we can verify that the ordinance has been followed. Councilman Johnson is right in that you can't just select a private property and say, code, go tear down, or public works, go tear down this private property. I was handed last week, I believe, section 11-53B-15, titled Emergency Action. That section applies to a specific portion of what I believe is a local ordinance, an ordinance, a piece of legislation passed for local, as local legislation, and does not apply to every city. Private property, public funds can never be used for private entities except under 94.01 of the state constitution, which allows an economic development or an industrial development exception. And those exemptions have another set of criteria that have to be followed, including coming before the council, having a public audience.
So as not to belabor the point, from my understanding, these resolutions begin the process of notifying these property owners about lead abatement. It is not set in stone where payment or how much payment is going to take place. That is something that you can bring back to this body and tell us how much it's going to be and exactly what fund that it comes from.
And
so voting an affirmative vote on these resolutions will not arrange payment for said property.
it says that you've initiated step one of the code, which requires that a notice be given to the council of weed abatement and dilapidated structure identification by code enforcement.
Correct. Understood. With that said, council, we have those items on our agenda. Please correct me if I am wrong. Right now, we have requested that item number 2 be removed. We've also requested that item number 6 be removed. We've also requested that item number 7 be corrected with the correct dates. Those are the only items that I've seen that we have reached a consensus on removing and correction. Are there any others at this time? With that said, council, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda for Tuesday, November the 9th, 2021, for items, for all items, with the exception of item number 2, which is removed, and item number 6, which will be removed, and the correction of the dates on item number 7. Is there a motion for 7? Is there a second? Please allow the minutes to reflect that it was moved by Councilman Johnson and properly seconded by Councilman Jennison to approve our consent agenda for the deletion of items number 2 and 6 and the correction of item number 7. Are we ready for the question? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Young,
Come back to me, please.
Councilman Harvey, Councilwoman Christie Thomas, Councilman Carmichael,
Yes, on all except for number 11, I'm staying with the non-personal nomination.
Councilwoman James. Yes. Councilman Randolph.
Yes.
Councilman Jennison,
Yes.
Councilwoman James Thomas,
No for number 2, number 3, and no for number 11. Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
And as for Council President, I vote yes on all items, with the exception, I would like to abstain on item number 13, item number 15, item number 16, item number 17, item number 18, item 20, item 21, item 22. I'm saying for the reason that my employer is listed, and I'll refrain from making a vote.
Councilman Harvey,
Yes.
on all.
Madam Clerk, will you please read back the results of the vote?
Yes, sir, we have 7 affirmative for all, exceptions on 13, 11, 13, 15, 16, 8, 20, 21, 22, and no votes on 2, 3, and 11.
Thank you. With that said, those items that remain on the consent agenda did pass. Thank you, council, for your votes. Now we will move on to our next item on our agenda, which is the approval of our council minutes. And we'll ask our clerk, please perform that action at this time.
Good evening again, council, and all who are here reading. Council, you should have before you the minutes of the October 26th, 2021 minutes. These minutes are before you for your consideration and approval. Are there any questions, corrections?
Is there a second?
Second.
Please allow the minutes to reflect that it was moved by Councilwoman Jamie Thomas and properly seconded by Councilman Michael Johnson to approve our minutes for October the 26th, 2021. Are we ready for the question? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Harville,
Yes.
Councilwoman Christie Thomas, Councilman Carmichael,
Yes.
Councilwoman James. Yes. Councilman Randolph.
Yes.
Councilman Williamson,
I abstain, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Jamie Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Thank you, council, for your votes. And now we're on to our announcements portion of our agenda. And as stated earlier, we do have some additions to our announcements, and we will start with Reverend Martin and also Mr. Steele. We're here this evening. We're glad to see you.
All right, I'm so glad you called. I was grabbing my shoes. I did. On the whole show at 7, so I gotta run, get back here. But we come actually have good news, because we believe in the vision of the city council and mayor and the direction that you guys want to take the city in. We as Rotary presidents, we're co-presidents of our Selma Rotary Club. We applied for and received a $5,000 district grant. And what we're going to do with this grant is partner with Councilwoman Thomas. She came to us and did a presentation on wanting to have something fun, like a park in her area that the kids don't have right now. And I think it's, we have to invest in our young people. We do it every day with drug-free communities. I know you guys have the different organizations that you guys support and work with the kids going to the schools. And so we just want to do something positive. So we would like to use that $5,000 to buy a piece of equipment to go in the park designated for her ward. And so we'll hopefully be working with her. I hope you guys will support her as she pulls everything together to get this park started.
And I would like to say thank y'all for just even listening to us again, because we love Selma. It's beautiful, and we gotta hold it up. The only way we hold it up is we work together. Okay, just know that Rotary is gonna be here for the city as long as we can. Every year, we get these grants, and that's based on us, put forth the effort to help things to grow. So each time we get these grants, we're gonna do something in Selma that's gonna, try to make a difference and, make something positive come out of it. Again, thank y'all for listening. Thank you.
Before you leave again, Councilwoman Thomas, anything you need to say real quick?
No, it's, I've been meeting with them, thanking them, and, the next step is on me on my head. So I'm moving on, getting it cleaned off. So we use, my oils, whatever I got left, to clean the property off. It's like $3,000 to remove the trees off there. We build in a park, can't use your oil to, if we build in a park.
Before you go, we're gonna do this again. Anytime someone brings you some money and it's something for our children, it deserves to be thanked properly. Everything is up.
All right, got work now.
Thank you. All right, next we have Mr. Neely, Mr. Tor Neely.
Good afternoon. I think most of you may know me personally. This is a good thing. And the reason I'm gonna come before you today, let me go ahead and break the ice so you can sit back and relax. I'm here because I need money. Now you can relax and listen to what I got to say. Across the country, They've been having problems in the school systems. And we have some problems in our school system. Mr. Bridget, which is the principal at Selma High School, called a meeting the other day. He called because he called the meeting of the committee. And he wants to start the program, Dads on Duty. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with the program, but men throughout the community come into the school system on school hours and donate their time to help the teachers and the educators out so that they can actually do their jobs. And it's been successful. And so actually, I don't have any kids in school or in Selma High, not that I know of. And there were about 20 men that came to the meeting, and most of them don't have any kids in the school system. And we've agreed to help Mr. Pritchard. I'm sure he wouldn't call us if he didn't need us. Okay, and so we're gonna do the Dads on Duty in Selma High School. We asked that we started December the 1st, but the dads were kind of got excited. So they've already started the program. And matter of fact, I'm just going to tell you, the mayor is in with it. He attended the meeting and he's already put his time in. So I come before you, like I said, I come before you asking for funds. So let me first, I don't like people to tell me no. So I done already shot down everything that you were going to tell me no. So the first thing I'm asking, if the council can give me some funds to assist. And what I want the funds for is because we don't need to just be walking around the school and nobody knows who we are. So what we want to do is get some reflective vests and put Dads on Duty on it. And we need some signage around the school. So that people know what's going on. Parents just won't come in and say, who's just walking around? No, everybody's curious. And so that's one of the things. Well, I talked to some of the other people in the other communities. They don't actually have an SOP. What I would like to do is have an SOP. I don't like to do anything that is not structured and don't have any rules because it don't work. It don't last. In addition to that, I like to have training. I believe in training. I've already asked some of the civil police officers, and they've agreed to come in on their off time without getting paid and help with the program. The assistant fire chief was here. He's volunteered. And so what's the throw off to that? I've contacted AUM in Montgomery, they continue education, and they have a de-escalation of force program that they put on. And you get 20 hours of ECUs for their program. To be a police officer is only required that you have 12 ECUs a year. So they can attend the training when it's warm here, and that's the throw. Look, we all win. What I'm asking for is monetary donations. If you can't do that, some of us own businesses. So if you can't do it as a council, do it as a business. If you don't have funds as a business to do it, we all eat lunch throughout the day. I'm not asking you what. That's going to be on you. What's the value of our children? Okay? So you eat lunch. You don't eat lunch for a week. Okay? Give me that. If you can't give me that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 million on my house. Give me your time. Okay? If you can't do that, I see 2 ladies on the couch. Give me your prayers. I want to be successful. I've even made it easy. I have a donation letter here. At the bottom of it, you can write down what you want to give me. I don't care. And you can send it to the school in the care of Dads on Duty to Mr. Pritchard, and we'll receive the funds. Okay? It's a self-stamped address envelope. All you gotta do is walk out to your mailbox and do it. A lot of times we point fingers. Hey, it's the parent responsibility. The parent says, hey, what y'all teaching at school? The people in the community say, hey, what's going on? If we all come together as a team, we can be successful. Let's not point fingers, but let's go into action. We can talk all day, okay? All day long. let's go to action. I'm a person, I like to go into action. Quickly, swift, aggressive, okay? If you got any questions, ask me, I'm here. Go ahead.
I think you mentioned something last week, but I think there's a problem on the seat with like RV Hudson. You gonna have kids, I mean.
And, correct, I'm glad you answered that question, because I always got to answer for every question that you're asking. We're gonna pilot this program at Selma High School. Like I said, we have 20 dads, that's already free and has already started the program. What our intentions are, once we get more organized and developed and have meetings and get more participation, and that's why we need the signage, okay? We need signage for people to know what's going on. Once we get that participation, we intend on expanding it throughout the school system. You're not the only people that are coming up asking for assistance, okay? I'm going to the county commission, okay? I'm going to the Rotary Club, okay? I'm going to the Elks Club. I've been talking to the churches, okay? And so nobody will be left out, okay? Nobody will be left out. And I'm just thinking about it. There's 19,000 people in Selma. If I get $1, but that's fine. It's 5,000 people in Selma. If I get $1 from all 5,000 people, that's $5,000 to fund the program. Okay? What's the value of our children? I'll skip many meals for my house. He's sitting right here. I won't even eat. Okay? That's how important it is. Any other questions? I want to entertain.
This is not a question because I'm pretty, aware of the whole program, and I just want to say, Tori and Mark are stepping in. I kind of got a vision. Everybody knows that I love Selma High. And Selma High is my baby. I graduated from Selma High. I've been employed with Selma High almost 20 years, so that's my baby. And I know I'm a female, but I went to the principal and said, Mr. Pritchard, I had this vision of the same thing that they did in Louisiana, Dad's on duty. I called Tori. Everybody knows that me and Tori have a very good relationship, and we have worked together on senior trip. He's always been my sponsor on senior trip. We have taken kids all over the world, and we brought them back home safe. And I knew that once I get him involved in this, we was gonna make it a hit. Mark came on board. We had so many dads. Not only we had citizens that's not dads in Selma High, we got dads, but they signing up left and right. We had about 5 dads to sign up this morning. So I'm ready to get started. But we want to get started on making sure they know what to do, and not just coming in and say, pull your pants up. You got to make sure you have the right people in place. You just, some dads is not able to work in that type of setting. So we are looking for real dads, real community leaders. It takes a village to raise our kids. We're not only trying to keep this at Selma High. Once we get this molded, we're going to take it abroad. Not only at RB Hudson, you need it in elementary school. We're just trying to get our schools back where they used to be. Mr. Pritchard has a slogan, back to the basics. Back to the basics means we got to go back to some of those old ways that we was raised. Some of those new ways is not getting it. We're going back to the basics. I don't have a child at Selma High, but I love Selma High. I love my community. And I told Tori, whatever I can do to help on this end as a female, I'm gonna help. And I just want to thank you all, Tori and Mark, for standing up to bring this to our community, because we need it. And personally, I'm going to donate to this cause because I know what it means.
Any other questions from any council members? Great, Councilman Johnson.
Yeah, I got a question. I'm new to this, so, like I said, I don't have any key in the school system. That I know of. What is it? You be part of and the hours.
So the duty of the dad is to come into the school, and let me tell you, you look really nice today. You have a nice haircut, you dress nice, you look like somebody I'll hang out with. And that's what we want. We want people to step into school and look the way you're dressed today. Okay, that's number one. We want to mentor them. Even if we don't do it, give them a day out on the way in. It means a lot to a kid when you have people from the community that believe in you. Okay, that's number one. And number two, when we're inside the school and in the past there's been a lot of disruption, we want the kids to get the most out of their education. So if the teachers can focus on what they do, we can just walk the halls. One gentleman said, hey, you know, in the morning time, I'm kind of like, look at the news. You can come to school and go to the library, look at the news. All day long, ESPN. If you like to read books, you can go to the library and read a book for 2 hours. If you like working on cars, you can go down to the auto mechanic section and hang out down there. If you like to eat, go on the cafeteria, have lunch. There's no amount of time that we're asking for it. If you can come for an hour, if you can come for 2 hours, or you can come all day. I heard Ms. James say that she has a vision. It's good to have a vision and to be a dreamer. But if you don't make your vision and dreams come to be, what are they? Nothing. Don't just be a dreamer, put it in action. Mr. Clark, I think you're ready, you have a question. I promise you, ask me the question. No problem. Let me just tell you, I have these envelopes, and at the bottom of the envelope, it says allow you to make a monetary donation and amount of. It could be as a council, it could be out of some fund, you can make it to the school, it could be from your business, it could be your lunch money for the morning, whatever. I will assist in providing necessary supplies. If you don't want to give us money, we'll give you an invoice of supplies that we'll need. You may own a business that has some of those supplies. You can donate the supplies, you don't have to give us money. And like I said, I would like to be a volunteer and volunteer my time. That's the most important thing we need, is your time. You ain't got to be your money or the supplies. Okay? If you can't do that, just give us your prayers and we'll be successful.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question.
I got a question. And first off, I mean, like, you guys are standing in the gap. That's what the program is about. I mean, stepping up, standing in the gap. Awesome. I wonder, is the school committee funds this program?
I haven't been to the school system or the school board meeting at this time. We just had a meeting, 2 weeks ago. Like I told you, when I get assignment, I'm hollering. I'm like, on like flies. I ain't gonna go away. And I can tell you what the school has donated. They have brought a lot of men in. Like I said, Mr. Richard would not have called if he didn't need our help. He'll handle it on his own. But he wants to be a team player. I want to be a team player. I want you all to be on my team. Okay? And I say to people all the time, we're just starting out and the team is young. When we're successful and it's going good, I don't need people to jump on the team now. I need people on the team now. Okay? I need recruits now.
And the reason I was asking that question, I know I've said this before, but some school system will receive in excess of $77 million over the next 3 years. Extra, above and beyond what they operate. What a great program with some money.
And correct. And like I said, if I put $1, you ain't gotta give me you don't have to give me $1. Shake your pocket and give me the change. I'll take that. Okay?
Yes,
I mean, I'm just straightforward and straight honest. And if you can't give me that, more than anything, give me your time. What is the children worth?
we want to thank you, Mr. Mayor. Before I show. Thank
Thank you.
you, sir.
And I think at the bottom of the list, we gonna let you do that.
All right, we want to thank Mr. Neal and Mr. Neal, and we'll move on to our next announcement. We are very pleased to have a wonderful friend of Selma here with us tonight. He's just all around Selma. I think the theme for tonight is I love Selma, and everybody that's been up here, we can attest to the fact that they love Selma. We have one gentleman that loves Selma so much, that he once served as mayor. So at this time, Mayor, former Mayor George Henry, please come forward.
Good evening, council members.
Good
As well as citizens of Selma. I just want to take this few minutes to thank each of you for your support and help to the program that started out when I served as mayor, especially these children. And this is our 11th year that we've had this program, for especially these children, which involves children in Selma City, students of the Dallas County School System, East Cecile, and Harvard, those programs. And this love, especially at children, actually involved from when I work as to house and the other special ed program. Is as on the But I want to thank you to the council members for your support and your donations to especially children that you've done over the years. I'd like to say that on that day, the 20th of October, we had a very successful company. Had over 24 teams that opened up there. They paid quite a bit. We had contributors who also been donating well. And I won't even go into the details of trying to list for you all of the people who gave donations as well as businesses and corporate who sponsored this program. So 40 or 50 those persons, individuals who came out of that time. I'd like to also say that on that day, that president did come out and thank the God for playing, God being there, as well as give all the prayer, which I appreciate very much for being there, all the prayers. I want to also thank the council president of the God who came by, took time out to fellowship with the golfers who also played. I'd like to thank Jamie Thomas, Councilman Jamie Thomas, who came out and also fellowship along with Christy Thomas. I know many of you would have gone, you couldn't got out of work at that time, but I know life is what it is. You couldn't get out there, but thank you very much for giving those the prayers. Dog said place to it. As you know, in the past year, we've always had a fun day. We always had fun day prior to God. And the fun day is an event for all our children, all those able to come out and participate, have fun, food there. The bands from the different schools come to play for the cheerleaders come. We did do this last year, because of COVID, and this year we haven't done a fun day. We won't do it until the spring, fun day, like all the big fun. When we had it for the children from the school, with the parents and agents allowed to come out and want to have it outside. It's COVID. But I would love to let you all know when that's going to be so that you might come out and participate in fun day with especially these children that stand up at this count. The agencies, I believe I did mention the agencies that we serve, Selma City, Dallas County, but let me also tell you the board members, remind you the board members who take this program this serious, work hard to make these things happen for our children in the county and the city. David Carmack is the CEO of the Ball Hospital, he's on the board, he's the co-chair. Liam Brown is also on that board. Karen Bearden, my wife Jimmy Evans, Larry Jones, Kugler, Johnny Moss Sr., Dr. Avis Williams, and Clifton Hatch. These people make up the board of this program, and they all work hard to do some things. So we hope that when we get together a little later on, we're gonna see what projects that they want us to donate to for the purpose of moving out the county further in terms of the programs in the schools. I wanted to come and especially thank each of you for your support. The levels of platinum, gold, and silver, and friends, especially at tourism. And I have like to give each of you for the donations. Thank you so very much for that. I wanted to also say that Ms. Ellison also volunteered. She's a volunteer secretary, I think it is, at work with the county. But she's always been a part of the government order. When she worked recreation and so on. She works on the pepsi cup board, where all councils come and put a cup over the hole and they have to donate $5 to moving on it, hit them all over the cup and the main zero. But she's always come and donated her time and funds with the father, the husband as well to make that happen. Thank you. Allow me to please, I know I have specifically for Matt Perkins, but he is not here. He said he didn't leave, but certainly I'll hold on that and give it to him. With Ms. Ellison, help me on. I don't want to take the time, but I can just move on with that. Councilman Michael Johnson. Senator Bano. Brother Billy Young. Brother Billy Young, the goals. He was able to come out of his pocket, donate next level of that, working on that next. That's working with the goals. Councilman Lisa James. Councilman Atkins. Donation, thank you very much. Councilman James, Councilman Janet Thomas, civil sponsor, thank you very much. And the last one is Ms. Connie, the Ellison. I just want to say to you, thank you all so very much for your support and help. I hope next year that maybe we can do it again next year, or every year to the Lord allows it. And so, thank you, Ms. Ellison. And so I hope next year we have all those sponsors of that. Who knows? It's up to you, and it's for the cause. I do appreciate that. I'm here to answer any questions.
Councilman Johnson.
Man, I just want to thank you. I mean, you only have to put your heart in, and you've been doing it for many years. I appreciate what you're doing. And you're not doing it, you know that you're doing it, even you're not at all, you're still doing it. Because it's your passion. And I really want to say from my heart, thank you. Thank you.
Any others? That's why not.
Mayor, I also want to thank you as well. I know the people here, Bishop is strict. I had to make sure I ain't gonna get that costume up there. Done. I ain't never had no kids and for the whole thing, they were felt so good. I just thank you for all you do. Thank you for blessing the young people. They have some good time when they come, really enjoy themselves. It's just it's like a day of love. When you go on there, and it's just like, birds get off, you know. And I just thank you for continuing to keep going.
Yeah, Councilman Jackson.
Mayor, I just want to say thank you also. I was headed out there, but something else came up. But next year, I have our babies, our twins out there on the golf course with you. Right? His grandbabies are my godbabies, so I have them out.
Councilman Jackson.
Mayor, I'd just like to say this to you, Mr. Evans, you've been doing this for a minute, and you know, it is well appreciated. Well, to show love, especially needy kids, and who's been for families and people to come together and
I was turning, you know, I enjoy coming out there, sitting around and talking and seeing how excited who wins the tournament, how many holes they get. So I just want to keep on God to continue to bless you, which is where it's needed with special kids. Need a lot to solve.
I'd just like to thank Selma time. It was great coverage. Tell me everything. Yeah, even some, several some. So I just appreciate that very much. So continue to keep doing it. Although, special children, especially these children are special. There's no person out there. There's no doubt that spend time there left out because I virtually like working with those children for about 7 years in special ed in the county. I developed a certain love of those children. And as a result of that position, I chose to try to find a way to see and give back to them. Because I think that so many times they're left out. And as a result of them being left out sometimes. So this way is a way of getting the citizens of Selma and others to this kind of contribute to them. And for 1 year, we talked about have a week for special ed children in Selma. A whole week to recognize, identify, not take them out of school. Have events out there that address especially these children in Selma. Thank you so very much. Yes.
Love is an action. All of us always talk about we love one another, and that's great. But it's when you put that word to action that I believe you make God smile. And I want to say thank you for loving our special needs children. Because everybody needs love. And special needs children are saying all about them. All about them. And the fact that you see that as something in this community, that a gap needs to be filled, says a good thing about your heart, that it's in the right place. So thank you, Mayor Evans, for loving our children and in turn, loving them. Thank you. All right. Okay, council, we will go on to our next items on our agenda. We don't have citizens concerned. We'll go over to the mayor's report this time, and I believe Ms. Taylor is going to handle that for us.
That's correct, Council President.
All right.
Okay, item number 1 is the contract for Oak Street bid, and Ray and Meredith are on if you guys have questions.
Council, if you have any questions about that contract for 14 Oak Street, you can address those questions now, as Ms. Taylor said, to Mr. Hall and to Meredith. If you have any questions. Any questions? Any questions? All right, I believe what Ms. Taylor, we have been presented with a proposal to vote on the contract 14 for emergency sanitary sewer replacement on Oak Street bid. So we have that contract before us. Is that correct, Ms. Taylor?
That's correct.
Okay, and so you all are asking for a favorable
vote.
Okay.
That's correct.
So council, as stated, we do have that contract. It was in the packet that we received the work session. Is there a motion to approve said contract for 14 Oak Street? Mr. President. All right, is there a second? All right, please allow the minutes to reflect that it's moved by Councilman Randolph and properly seconded by Councilman Johnson to approve the contract for emergency sanitary sewer replacement on Oak Street. Before we have a question, I just want to make sure our attorney, if you had a chance to review all of that, the contract, and are we good with not going out and doing another bid? We can just go ahead and take this bidder.
Yes, Council President Young, I believe this is the same contract, if I'm not mistaken, that I was in the mayor's office for, and we went over. And my signature should be on the appropriate paper.
Okay, so you're.
If this is the same contract, we went over in his office.
That's the same when we had work session, if that's the case.
Yes.
Councilwoman Thomas?
And you know, that you honor what, Councilwoman Crystal, asked you to, you know, in the leadership. You wrote the notes down in the notes down.
I'm sorry, I'm hearing you say Councilwoman Christie Thomas.
Yes, during the minutes, she asked you to go back and, requested some, for you to do.
On this contract?
Oh, that's her contract, is to become over. That's her contract.
I believe you, but I'm just not sure what
She
question.
asked you some questions for you to go back on the meeting.
I don't recall the questions she asked.
Okay, does anyone remember any of those questions? Oh, it was something.
She compared it with the length of pipe that being put down.
It was about, I think, the 330 feet of pipe.
Yeah, you were right to note that.
I think she compared it to some other work that had been done. She said there was a difference in the price for some other work that had been done for the same amount or less worth of pipe. Yeah. But I thought Engineer Hall addressed that issue in terms of what he said was the difference between, or one of them did. What was the difference between the type of work that was being done?
Councilman Carmichael, you got your hand up.
Can we table this until Councilman Grizzly does here? I'm Lord.
You want to get it now, but that whole get worse and worse. I mean,
Is there a motion to table?
it's mercy. Why would you take this on? It's mercy.
Is there a motion to table? Just ask. Chair is asking, is there a motion to table? All right, hearing no motion. All right, council, we do have this contract up before us. My question's been answered. I just want to make sure that we have to go back and rebid it.
I didn't have any reason to suggest a rebid,
Okay.
President Young.
And so that satisfies my question. With that, is there a motion to approve contract 14 Oak Street for emergency sanitary sewer replacement? Is there a second? Please allow the record to reflect that it was moved by Councilwoman Jamie Thomas and properly seconded by Councilman Randolph to approve the contract 14 emergency sanitary sewer replacement on Oak Street. Are we ready for the question? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Young,
Yes.
Councilman Harvey,
Yes.
Councilwoman Christie Thomas, Councilman Carmichael,
Yes.
Councilwoman James. Yes. Councilman Randolph.
Yes.
Councilman Jefferson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Jamie Thomas.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes. Thank you very much. Ms. Taylor, you can make the team.
Okay, items 2 through 4 were placed on the consent agenda. But if I could, I just wanted to make a comment. I think Councilwoman Jamie Thomas made a comment about HR going high on those salaries for the municipal treasurer, but it wasn't a sole decision from HR. That was, I guess, a joint effort between the council and as well as the mayor and HR, but I just wanted to make that correction. I know she mentioned something to that extent. It may not be the exact quote, but I didn't want it to go on the record that HR made the sole decision about the salary because she did not.
May I speak on that? Let's make the correction. I said that the HR read from the our pay plan. She read from the HR pay plan where the pages were numbered where she got her salary from. And according to the salary that we called out, it was in our pay plan that we had not voted on, and that was at the highest top of the pay plan. And that's what I was talking.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, Councilwoman Thomas, also, when we did present those salaries, remember Councilman Harville stated that we just used that pay plan as a guide. we really did not use that pay plan. It was just used as a guide to set the salaries among the team of individuals, myself, Council President Young, and Mayor James Perkins Jr. So that basically was it, because we knew we had not adopted that plan at all. Thank you.
And I understand, HR, but the reason why I said that was because of the number of the pages that you were comparing. You were talking out of the, our pay plan, because you called the page number in the range, the salary range that you were calling. And that's the only reason why, to set the record clear. So when I say for employees, I speak, I represent the city of Selma here as a representative being fair as equal opportunity to all employees to be able to get a pay raise. And that is my opinion on how I.
Okay, all right, let's continue on. Go ahead, Ms. Taylor.
Okay, item number 6, the citywide camera solution. The mayor just requested that this be addressed during a public safety committee meeting.
Okay.
Okay, and he also requested that if we could try to make the meeting during the work hours, so the department heads won't have to continue to stay late for meetings.
Okay. We'll take that under consideration, okay?
Okay, thank you. Item number 7, the city of Selma garbage collection re-engineering plan public hearing. We've stated this repeatedly, but he just wanted to put the dates out again to remind the public to join in. November the 12th at 12:30 p.m., November the 15th at 2:00 p.m., and November the 18th at 4:00 p.m. And the last item is number 8. Councilwoman Thomas requested an elevator update for City Hall, and Ms. Menifee is here to provide an update.
Good evening, Council President Young.
Good evening.
Good evening, Council, department heads, citizens of Selma. The update for the elevator, there's a tentative start date for the work to begin on March 14th, 2022. The city of Selma has done everything that they need to do. Bagby Elevator are the vendors that will be installing the new elevator. They gave a tentative date of March 14, 2022, because they have already put in proposals and purchases for material, supplies, and equipment. And it will take approximately 18 weeks for those materials and supplies and equipment to be delivered. That's contingent upon that there are no shortages or delays.
Okay, and thank you for that, Ms. Menifee. I think all of us are aware of the supply chain backup. It's all been in the news the last couple of weeks, so a lot of us, materials take a while to get to us. While we wish it was earlier, we understand there is a problem getting us our goods, so we understand. Any other questions for Ms. Menifee?
You know, Ms. Menifee, you received a meeting we are having this month, on 15th.
No, I have not.
Our secretary. Understand, she, but you don't. No, I need, she needs to know that we're meeting on the 15th.
Okay, so you can let her know. So, what's that date gonna be? Monday the 15th, at what time? Do we have a time yet?
It's on their time.
5:30, Madam Chair. Councilwoman Thomas, 5:30, okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, so now we.
Not this 5:30, okay, you know, it's iffy.
Yeah, that's what we presented now to. Ms. Menifee, can you check to see if that time is okay with you, on Monday? I forgot the date, what date is that? The 15th, at 5:30 p.m.
Okay, I will have to check because I do know I have other obligations.
Okay. Just let Ms. Ellison know and we'll act accordingly.
Okay, and that was gone through the mayor's office, right?
I believe so. I think that's how y'all do it.
Let me ask you this, requested the mayor, I mean, asking for.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can send it out, you can, y'all get it together.
With that, so that's the date that we requested, and then we'll find out if that date is about. Thank you for that. All right, anything else for Ms. Miller while she's here?
One question.
Yes, ma'am.
Have we received any more, funds from the insurance company yet? For the, from the date of hurricane damage?
Yes, we have.
Can you tell us what we received in?
I do not have that information on hand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. All right, Ms. Taylor, did you have any other items?
That's all. That completes the mayor's report, and you can go on to the attorney's report.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Taylor. Attorney?
Thank you.
Thank you, President Young, ladies and gentlemen of the council. I have, it appears, just a second, let me relocate my first page. I think all of the items on my agenda, except item 15 on my report, resolution R-121-21/22, the Bancorp South Moore resolution. I thought you had voted on that. I just want to clarify.
Which one was it, Mr. Chairman?
A resolution for Bancorp South.
That was not the consent agenda, because of the amount, I just wanted to make sure that council had a chance to ask any questions about it. If they had any questions.
Okay.
That was that resolution R-121, -21/22, the Bancorp South incident. I just want to make sure I can ask questions. Go ahead, Councilwoman Thomas.
So we asked him before to give us the information on the, is this a account, a loan or something that the bank,
This is the second one. You were presented with one recently on the two vacuum sweepers. This is a separate resolution that's coming to you on a master lease number 7338, schedule number 008, Massey Ferguson MF 5711 four-wheel drive tractor with 22 feet diamond boom mower. I'm not sure those. I was just going to get ready to say the same thing. I've got the cover sheet, but I don't think we even have that resolution yet. It's still on my list, and it'll probably be. I'll have to present it to you at the Thursday work session.
Okay, so we'll just move into the work session now.
okay.
For that one. And then the other one, the only other item we need to place on the consent agenda was your item number 1 about that Maximilian Daiquiri Shop alcohol application.
Miss Cindy was just reminding me the same item.
Now, did we vote already to place that one on first read?
You
Is that
did,
where we
you
are
did,
now?
you did, you did.
So we're now tonight, we're proceeding with actually voting.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
And I just had one question. Have the forms been redone or something? Because I saw something in there where the council president was supposed to sign. And I didn't remember that before. And so I was just wondering, has there been an update in some forms and that?
Not that I'm aware of.
They aware of, they had any update?
No, you said you saw a place for you to sign?
Yeah, it was it said for officers only, and then it had a blank for council president to sign. That was a portion of that. Go ahead, Councilwoman
And
Thomas.
also, I was looking for the director of the license, who goes with, supposed to be bonded and licensed to approve for these licenses tonight. Because the last time, is it when you just sent out the corner, the department, the director in the Texas, right now, at the time, it came forth.
That Rachel Arnold was the interim tax and license director. Now that you have a tax and license director, she was the interim tax and license director. You're asking for her signature or approval on a document?
No, yes, normally when you get your license, you always have the license person.
The person's name and a stamp or indication of who
The
approved.
one that approved,
Yeah.
the one that the department on there. And at the bottom, it had on there where, the form down there, I think it's at the bottom where you have the president with the sign, for him to sign, it's sitting on there, information.
I'm looking for that form. I don't see that form.
It came on now, the picture from your office, the, president never signed for.
This is all like that right here.
I think what page it was.
Yeah.
I just didn't recall seeing it.
I didn't see a office use only form.
And it said for office use only.
Yeah.
It's like at the very bottom of it. And, like I said, I just wasn't familiar with that.
I didn't think,
It's been there all along.
yeah, but his signature's never been required before. Is that correct? I didn't see any reason why he should be signing that. Is that?
It's not necessary, but
No.
it's there if you did want.
Yeah, it's there. I'm not questioning it. It's there, being there. I just didn't know that there was any reason for you able to sign
That's
it.
it right there. That's it. Okay. That's all. I just need that clarity on it.
Yeah, and your question was about whether or not there should be a stamp or a seal.
Yeah, before we vote, we have the director of the department at the time, we had voted in, interim director of the tax and livestock was
Rachel Arnold.
So do we have that on there, her signature on there for night before we vote on?
I don't think her signature is on there at all. I don't know that she,
It was on, the reason why I asked that is the previous, whose name on the license now? Whose name, who's on it as the director of the license now? For the capital.
the interim director is Ms. Arnold, but you are hiring a new tax and license director. So I don't know that she thinks she's supposed to sign it now, unless you don't have a tax and license director yet.
I'm saying you must have someone on there for the capital vote, who's license out of the license department, whoever the director.
Then I'll have to go back and get a form with her signature on it, is what you're saying.
You can go for like the approval of the tax and license department. So you tell us to go for it tonight without the only being.
You know, we don't get signed. We don't vote on it.
That's not where we do business like that.
All right, council.
Is-
All right, council. Everyone will have to make a vote in completion. At this time, council,
The
the chair
procedure is
entertains
the
a
liquor
motion
license
to
is approved
approve.
first before she can get
Maximilian
a license out of tax and license.
application.
Yeah.
Is there a motion? So is there a second? Okay, please allow this to reflect that it was moved by Councilman Johnson and probably seconded by Councilman Randolph to approve the application of Maximilian Daiquiri Shop. Are we ready for the question? Are we ready for the question? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Young,
My vote will be yes, and that's based off of an assumption that the correct personnel that needs to sign will sign. That's my vote.
Councilman Hartfield,
Yeah.
Councilwoman Christie Thomas, Councilman Carmichael,
Yes.
Councilwoman James. Yes. Councilman Randolph,
Yes.
Councilman Jemison,
Yes.
Councilwoman Janie Thomas,
Vote would be, immediately, this council is voting for the license to be, for business, to get, be operated without, our interim, director, for the license. And they have a new license, immediately we need to have that signature signed on by state law. We are supposed to have a signature on this license. we voted on tonight.
And after the vote, after the vote, Mr. President, I will address that point.
Okay. So do you have a vote?
They needed the signature coming out of the Department of the Tax and License Office, a signature, yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Carol, what was the, please read back the votes, Madam Clerk.
You would have eight affirmative.
Okay. Attorney, you said you had a comment.
Yes, the comment is directly addressing the question of signatures and Councilwoman Thomas's proviso to her vote. The discussion we were just having here a few seconds ago was about the process in terms of any individual obtaining a liquor license and a license from the tax and license office to operate a business. The condition preceding or necessary in advance of them getting a license out of the office and a signature from the tax and license director is to have the liquor license application approved. So I will make sure that not only now that you voted, that the process is followed and that the license is issued in accordance with the process and a signed, stamped seal for the tax and license office is included.
Pursuant to state law.
And included with the paperwork pursuant to state law and filed with the clerk's office.
Thank you, sir. All right, next, I think that concludes the attorney's report. I did have a question, Mr. Chairman. At the work session, I think we briefly talked about the Green Street project. Did you have a chance yet to go over the proposal?
I did.
Would you like to report anything? Would you want to wait to the next work session?
I can tell you now, the cat is actually literally out of the bag already because I made a comment while Councilman Johnson was talking about, and Councilman Thomas asked about public funds for private property.
Mm-hmm.
The code section cited, the information I was provided at the work session was about 1153B. That code section does not apply directly to all municipalities. It applies to a piece of local legislation. Constitution, State Constitution Section 94 still is applicable to all public funds expenditure for private property entities, persons, individuals, for profit, nonprofit organizations. It must meet an exception to the Constitution 94.01 or a public purpose has to be declared. And there's a whole set of steps that you have to go through before that can be accomplished. So I'm suggesting that it is not proper to do that for a private, in this case, church, I guess is what we were talking about. For the reason that it's quite possibly not only a violation of state law, but that you will be opening Pandora's box and asking anybody and everybody else who has a request for private funds from a public source, this city's treasury.
All right, well, thank you for that. I just want to make sure that we got that out in the public because they did request and I had stated that I was going to follow through, so just wanted
And
to
you
make sure.
did, and I did. And I want to make one other point. I had a list of, I think, some 5 or 6 other items that I was asked to look at, which I did also, four-wheeler information.
And we'll bring that up
At public safety.
Right. Okay, all right, excellent. That concludes the attorney's report. You have questions, Councilwoman Thomas?
Yes, I have a question, Attorney Madison, you are the attorney for the city of Selma. My question is to you, when the council votes on items that deal with public safety, we get a vote the last council meeting, who does what step makes that, we're supposed to make sure that once the council has voted for the project to be taken care of?
Not sure which project. I would imagine it determines on, it is determined based upon what area of the project falls under.
It's a project, it revolves around city right away, dealing with, we've been dealing with a project over here on Peace. It's dealing with water, public city right away in the water. And it's affecting his property. But we voted, for Harville and me at the time, and, Councilman Carmichael, at the year separate. But the project has not been has not processed. So who does the next step when the council votes? What does the next step to move with this project?
Again, it depends on which department it's applicable to. You said Public Works?
Yes.
I would
We
imagine,
voted with, a PO of work to be done, and they're dealing with on city right away. And we voted for this amount broken down with like 3,000 and something. And we voted to move with it. It came from Public Works in the and, we voted, but the process has not made it to his office to get him to move forward with it.
I would talk with
And the
the,
citizens
I would
just
talk,
text.
I would talk with the mayor's office and our Public Works director.
From what I'm gathering, he needs to talk to the mayor's office and find out the answer to your question.
Yeah, and the Public Works director for sure. But I would normally route every request from this council through the mayor's office, because he's overseeing all of the
Because
day-to-day
I think it's
operations.
unfair to the citizen that we voted on this, and, this gentleman just texted me, and he wants to know if the property is taken over on, the city property is taken over on his property. And he just wanted to text me, when are they gonna come out and remove it off of his property?
I'm not sure what that vote was, removing what.
The tree.
Okay.
Trees are
You're talking
going
about tree
over
trimming.
his
Talking about tree
property,
trimming.
on his shed to his.
Just route through the mayor's office and he'll get into Public Works.
I'm not saying.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, we have done our part as a legislative branch, voted for that to happen, but it hasn't happened.
Okay.
And the gentleman now is upset. He wants to know when will this process start?
Again, I would let the mayor's office know exactly what you're asking. When is it gonna be taken
Well,
care
can you
of?
get that to the public work director? They need to get it, know that they need to, go ahead on the process, we are voters for it, so we can keep moving on, paying property off of these people.
Councilwoman Thomas, the only reason, well, the main reason I keep mentioning the mayor's office is because I'm not elected to do anything. The mayor's office is the proper point to route all business for the city of Selma.
But I just want to ask you as the city attorney, was anything on their process of not moving the process of doing what?
Okay.
Council President Young,
Yes, ma'am.
can I have Miss Councilwoman Thomas to repeat? I heard the tree removal, but she's not speaking into her mic, so I can take notes so we can look into this. Tree removal from what property?
I just asked about that.
The last council meeting we
I
had,
just asked.
voted,
They don't
for
have it.
3,000.
They don't have
I don't have that, not right now. Council people, Harville, Ward 1 and Ward 7. The one in my ward, is the city right away. Mr. Charles, Smith, he has been, requesting for this for quite some time to be moved off of his property. The trees are practically just growing through his fence and hanging over on his property. And, they have already looked at it, and, he gave us the estimate on it, and we voted for it, and now no one has started, and he wants to know when the process is gonna start to remove off of his property.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead. All right, go ahead, Council Carmichael. Then we're gonna move on. We're going around, man. Go ahead, Council Carmichael.
Mr. Taylor and Mr. Hicks, and y'all are listening, I have the same issue. I actually took the trees in my ward out of that, quote back in June. So, because they didn't want to vote for me, therefore I took mine out and we voted, for, tree service to come cut those trees in my ward. And it's the same, it's the quote that Mr. Hicks presented to us. And I just, if y'all can follow up with me on that, I appreciate it.
Okay. All right, thank you. We'll move on to the attorney's report now. And now we're gonna move on to, any committee reports that need to take place, any committee report at this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I received, I think we received the budget changes from the mayor's office. I have received that, so I will be scheduling a finance committee meeting. So we can,
All right. Any other committees you report this time? Any other committees? Go ahead, I'm gonna go with Councilman Thomas and then Councilman Carmine. Go ahead, Councilman Thomas.
Yes, I would like to address you, President, you are the public safety chairperson. We have a meeting, award meeting, and we have some very things that need to be addressed during our public safety, dealing with, the shooting in the property that we have in Ward 7 has moved over to another section where a greater, stronger group of people are demanding that someone heals them and do something about it. It's causing a big issue in the community, and also I want to say it's causing a big issue in our community because of, you know, we have public safety needs and we talk about issues, but we would like for, when we have our public safety meeting, that our chief of police be present, because this group of people would like to be addressing something, some things that are going on serious.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We will be having a public safety committee meeting, and I was gonna talk about that under my committee for public safety, since you already mentioned. We're gonna try to do a public safety committee meeting within the next 2 weeks, or maybe next week or the week after, but within 2 weeks, we will have had a public safety committee meeting. It's going to be lengthy because we've got a lot of things that we have to discuss under public safety. So look out for that within the next 2 weeks.
And
You can inform those citizens that we will be having.
And also, will you please do your, when are you gonna do the vote, said for the citizen review, because they are asking questions.
And that's coming under public safety as well.
And they gotta wait 4 weeks.
No. They don't have to wait 2 more weeks for that. We're going to announce tonight the individuals in our city that have been chosen to serve on Selma's Civilian Review Board. This took much effort. I want to thank the council for contacting me and getting these names. And they're going to go through a rigorous training process for this committee. Hopefully we'll get it started sometime around the beginning of the year. But in the meantime, they will be given a lot of information as I receive information. But we are very pleased to announce the following individuals will serve on the Selma Civilian Review Board. Mr. Ira Wagner, Mr. Roderick West, Mr. Stephen Brooks, Mr. Jermaine Johnson, Jerome Johnson. Okay, and this is Miss Doremus. Can you pronounce her first name for me? Mariana Doremus. Miss Monica Collins. Miss Deborah Howard. Miss Janie, former Councilwoman Janie Bitcher. Mr. David Evans, and former Council President Corey Booty. These individuals will serve on Selma's first Selma Civilian Review Board. Let's give them a round of applause. A lot of long hours of work. We want to thank those individuals for agreeing to serve, because to serve is a great honor, but it's also a great work. And this is the great work that needs to be done. We all know Selma's place in history as a center of social justice. So this committee will make sure that Selma's commitment to social justice is maintained, to make sure that our citizens are treated fairly by those who are to serve and to protect. So again, we thank those citizens for agreeing to serve. We will be getting with them soon with some information they'll need to get ready for their training. So again, thank them, and we wish them the very best as they serve the city of Selma. Right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, the next thing under public safety, the interview committee, will, tentatively meet, on next Wednesday, so that they can interview those 3 finalists for fire chief. So we're going to tentatively set an interview committee for the fire chief for next Wednesday, so that they can go ahead and get those 3 finalists interviewed, and this council can proceed with that appointment as well, just as we the other. And as I stated, within the next 2 weeks, public safety will meet, and we will be reviewing all of those ordinances. We want to thank the clerk's office for now have submitted all of those ordinances that we need. We now have all of those in our possession. So we will begin the review process of the leash law and also of the noise ordinance, and also the one dealing with 4-wheelers, to make sure that they are legal and see if they need to be updated. Go ahead, Councilwoman Thomas.
Also, President, can you, this falls under, public safety.
Yes,
Can you, have a time set for all club owners? We got a lot of people opening up clubs and having thing, that we have a policy in place on procedures of security at these, places, you know. We have, and that they make sure that all of the documentation is filed with the clerk, with the security guard, these businesses and stuff like that.
Okay, I have not completed the agenda for public safety, but since you are a member of the committee, we will place that on the agenda as well. Please remind me, I'm human, sometimes I forget.
And I think our black plus they have all of the team so they can get this information. So they can file it, so we can have it on record.
Okay.
In that.
If you remind me, we'll place this on the agenda as well.
Okay.
Okay? All right, that concludes the public safety committee, a very busy committee, I must say. And, we'll get that done. Are there any other committees to do report? Go ahead, Councilman Carmichael, then Councilwoman James.
We had a good, first hearing on the garbage improvement initiative for this, this city council meeting. I appreciate Councilman Randolph and Councilwoman Thomas for sitting through that and listening to all these concerns. We have, 3 more hearings, Friday, November 12th, 12:30 p.m., Monday, November 15th at 2 p.m., Thursday, November 18th at 4 p.m. And we just ask that everybody come out and voice their concerns so that we can get this back to council, get back to the executive branch. There's things that need to be changed, and we'll have to do that, go through this process here. So I just want to make sure that everybody's aware now to voice their concerns. We appreciate everybody that came out earlier today and did that, and I think 30 minutes is not vote that plenty of notes for that. Thank you.
And thank you, Councilman Carmichael, for presiding over those meetings and, conducting those. Thank you very much. Are there any other committees? Councilwoman James.
Yes, the youth ambassador, I just want, first thing here, I'll give it, Councilman Johnson and President Young, and we're gonna try to get our kids back into youth government and try to get the teams rolling again.
Excellent. Excellent. Right, Councilwoman Thomas.
Mr. President, I say this here, this is very important to the city of Selma. I know people understand, and I just want people to, pray. To pray for our community, and what we're going to right now. God is good. She lives in our ward, she's 18 years old, and, she's got kids who want to go straight to. And her family, you know, young lady, smart, bright. I just want y'all to pray that, we begin to put these guns down, because God was with this young lady. She was at home in her car, sitting with the other. And I just want her to know that we care of you. I want the young people to know that this body of this council care about what's going on in our community. And I don't want people to think that we don't care. We're doing all we can, to save life. And, I just want her to know, I didn't talk to her today. She lives in my ward, and I told her, God's with her and we are with her too. And we keep praying for our community with this gun violence.
Thank you. And we are so grateful that she's still alive. We're all very grateful.
Amen.
And thank you, Councilman Thomas, for reminding us, every last one of us is a human being up here. All of us. And the very least that we can do when something like this happens, Selma is very small. So when one person is impacted by violence, the whole community is impacted. We gotta understand, we really are one. We really are. And so let's remember that. And let's pray for our city and pray for our citizens. This city is nothing without the citizens. All right, any other committees need to report? Okay, we'll move on to new and unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business or new business we need to discuss? I saw your hand, Council Parliament.
All right, one thing I need to answer on now, I voted wrong earlier. I voted yes on the contract that involves concrete. Can I go back and
Yes.
and abstain from that vote while we're still in this meeting?
Yes.
Third, Mayor, we please, the contract with Ward 6, I need to make a abstain due to conflict of interest. I cannot vote for any person.
That is noted for the record, and also noted in the vote that Councilman Carmichael's vote is an abstention, he did not vote. All right, Councilwoman Jane Thomas.
Can I ask Mr. Harvey, I want to ask Mr. Harvey a question. Mr. Harvey, is, since we have our new treasurer coming in, we will no longer need, will we still continue to have the interim person? So the interim person is on.
Yeah, well, I say, the last I heard, we voted on the salary, we presented, so that we could present the job offer to the treasurer. I haven't heard any update on where we are. Has that been done? Do we officially have a treasurer?
I think with the resolution tonight, he put the date in there that they were gonna start. So I think it's December the 7th is when our new treasurer is supposed to start.
Okay.
So they've accepted.
Okay.
Yeah, they've accepted.
I guess we need to decide what we want to do.
And then my second question is to you, will we continue, since we have a treasurer coming in, will we continue to use the MSS, continue to keep them in there, working too?
Yeah,
With her.
I think we have approved right there. I think it was their phase 2 scope of work, which I think they're just about finished. When they finish that may have been all the items. They may be finished. Yes.
We'll just,
Yeah.
we'll bring that up in finance. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know
Good
because,
point. Good point.
and the reason why I asked you is because, I like citizens to be asking you questions about our finance stuff. We had to have really just updated what's coming in and what's, spending and stuff like that. I just wanted to see something.
All right, and any other new unfinished business? Go ahead, Council Parliament.
All right, so I have a couple of questions. To see, because, the old Hollow Cemetery Road, there was a 100-year-old cast iron bench over today, from in front of William Rivers King's, memorial. And as I understand it, closing streets needs to go for planning commission. There are no houses on this section of the street, so there is no petition, there is no, there's no application. So should I go before the planning commission and request this?
I heard you say there was a cemetery issue. You're talking about houses in that cemetery area? I mean, a street in that cemetery area? A street in that cemetery area?
The only street that goes through the cemetery.
Where there are no houses?
That's correct.
Well,
It's a city, I mean, it's a city on the street, there are no private residences.
I get it. I just want to make sure the street and the cemetery were the same place. You're talking about right off of Dallas Avenue.
King Street, yes.
Yeah. Who brings that? Any citizen can bring it if there's nobody living on the street, and there is not, because it's in the cemetery.
Right.
I would imagine that citizens adjacent to, and it's not just an imagination, normally individuals who live on the street would be, it would be relevant what their position was on it. And I would say the citizens adjacent to that street, on both sides. I think there's a business, one or two businesses on one side and some residences on the other side. I would think at a minimum, those individuals right there at that intersection would be important to contact and to find out if they are for or against that street being closed off. And how many individuals, I don't know, but I can get a read on that too and get back with you. How far they go up, either way, up and down the street, on either side of the cemetery, I can find that out too.
It just says, that it needs to be brought to light.
And you want to know who initiates that with nobody living on the street?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Any,
I mean, which the river-
any citizen that's immediately affected could, and that would be immediately the people on both sides of the street on Dallas and Selma Avenue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you first. So you believe that people block out, that they don't understand that ratio? If I'm Steve, I'm Steve. You can close the down, go in. See, we tend to close street down. It's a reason, but if I was a resident of Alabama, Ford Avenue, Lamar, and I'm trying to get to the hospital, that means I'm gonna go a whole block around, when I just look in the cemetery, and that way use it all the time too, 5 blocks. When they have a fire, I saw the ambulance go through there, so who you got to look at? I don't think folks that cemetery, I'm blocking the gate, the church, folks, what we need is some cameras out there. I thought it was, there's some cameras out there.
So we need to care, it's the city center, not that.
No, I'm saying we need some cameras out there.
But this is about more than just that, we got, I've presented this so much back, got a letter from the Alabama RCD, saying that the traffic that gets on the road and on 50 damages trees, the old part of it. We got a letter from the cemetery preservation group, talking about the damage to the cemetery, to the headstones, and the garbage that's thrown out. And we got a letter from the Riverview Neighborhood Association, saying that they think that there's criminal activity that's running down King Street. We all know what gang activity is over there. So it's more than just that. This is just an addition to the ones that I've already brought forward. And if we need to go get a petition signed by the people adjacent to that street, then I'm willing to do that. So is that what you're?
It's always a matter of who's immediately impacted by the closure of any street. And those people on that side on Selma, and it's going to be mostly businesses, because I think you've got an apartment complex or public housing right up the street from there, and businesses immediately across from the street on next to the cemetery. So yes, my only question was how many residents, how many business owners were necessary. And as I said, I can get you a read on that. I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. I will.
The contract from earlier that I pulled off the agenda, that is for cleaning curb and gutter in the street and also clearing of alleyways. Can I use capital improvement fund or always discretionary for that if you're cleaning curb and gutter and clearing alleyways?
Not always.
If you would get an answer for me, pretty nice. I appreciate it.
curbs and gutters and what?
And alleyways.
And all these funds.
I'm seeing that there's maybe an exception there. One cleaning, I'm just, I just want to know, if that's all right.
Mr. President, I just want, Councilman Collins to understand that all of these money, some kind of mounted in the ground, like concrete or something like that.
Well, it also
You
says,
use discretionary, but, all of these,
well, there's some wording in there that needs to be cleaned, because it's storm sewer, it's revitalizing storm sewer.
Yeah, let's just find out, let's move on to the next.
This is an old one, and we had a discussion about this, the economic development committee, that committee that we set up, committee about our schools. We haven't moved forward with any of that, as a body or as a city. They were also interested in the exam building. Both of these buildings that they've been interested in, and nothing's happening on these properties. I don't want to continue to hold up progress, and I'd like to move forward with an RFP, and let's get it publicly announced that we're willing to get rid of these buildings and request RFPs publicly, as to what needs to be done with them. If there's developers out there that have an idea about it, then they can get some RFPs. So I think that would take a vote of the council, to initiate that process. So I'd like to put a motion on the floor to initiate the process of an RFP for the Good Samaritan building in Bird School.
Is there a second? All right, it's been moved, the property seconded, that, we begin the process, and issue an RFP for Good Samaritan, what was that? Bird School. All right, are we ready for the discussion? Let me ask this question, the fact that we don't own Good Samaritan, we still gotta do that, because that ain't that, I don't think we currently have, we still need to follow that. Okay, that's just my question. All right, any other questions? Are we ready for the question? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Young,
Yes.
Councilman Carter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Christie Thomas, Councilman Carmichael,
Yes.
Councilwoman James. Thank you for clarity on those buildings, because there's a lot of issues to those buildings, even the burn to.
First group been solved, I think it's coming back at Selma. And the first group being turned over.
Okay, we got a motion on the floor.
Councilman Randolph,
Yes.
Councilman Jefferson,
yes.
Councilwoman Jamie Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson,
I'm gonna abstain because, we're gonna eventually gonna have some of the police department, I know we're looking at Stood King again. And also I heard that this America may be a good place to, put the, police department, so they're not the same.
All right, Madam Clerk, can you read back the results you said?
we have 6 departments in this discussion.
Okay, all right, any other items?
No, that's good, thank you.
Okay, all right, any other new unfinished business at this time? I have something, and I'm not sure, so I'm bringing it before the council, but I don't know. I think it might be a day-to-day operation, if that's the case, then we need to do a request to the mayor, but several organizations, presidents of several organizations reached out to me, last night, and they asked if, in honor of Veterans Day, that the bowl in front of City Hall be green to honor veterans. And then they also asked for the next week is March of Dimes, and they wanted for the remainder of the month for it to be purple for March of Dimes. They're gonna make sure the colors. So it was green for veterans and it was purple for March 9th. And so I'm not sure, is that something that we can just ask the mayor's request of the mayor's office do, or is that something that we need to do in the form of vote on resolution? I'm not sure, so that's why I'm bringing it to this body.
If we can vote on it, because it's city, it's government property. If they were requesting the veterans is requesting, they did for the council, when they had their council.
It was repeat, like, did we take a vote to do that, or?
No, they just did on their own.
We just request.
So I think,
We just request, we ain't got to vote.
yeah, okay, so if that's the case, since we didn't vote on the last, we'll just ask, the council secretary to send a memo requesting that the mayor's office make the vote green for veterans and purple for March 9th for those reasons, if that's okay. Can we take that back in the citizens?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Councilman Johnson.
Mr. President, since you brought up veterans, I want to make an announcement also on veterans, if I could.
Please.
All the one restaurant at Washington College will be feeding all veterans. This coming Thursday at 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. until all the food is ran out. So if you're a veteran and you deserve, a good meal, please go out to Washington College. All in one restaurant will be providing meals for veterans. From 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. until all the food is ran out.
That's good.
Okay, so again, please,
Go ahead.
take care of that. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right,
Oh, it is free.
Okay, go ahead, Councilman James.
I got one final thing. I think it was for the attorney to check in about cell phones, because the usage of our personal cell phones, they are running all day, every day. And I think during the time the previous mayor took those rights back, I just wanted to check and see what we can do about getting those back. Actually,
Did you say running?
no, that was the term I used as my personal cell phone.
She wants you to look into the issue of whether or not we can get cell phones back.
That's an IT question. That called John Kennison.
Okay, so that,
He might be on now. He might be on now.
because I don't think it was a legality issue.
No. He might be on now.
Okay.
He might be on now.
Just send that, can you just send that request, Councilman James, through?
But I'm asking if John Kennison is on the conference call. I was asking if he was on the conference call. I don't know if he's here either.
I think he may be gone. Councilman James, so not to belabor the point, can you get the council secretary to submit that request? Okay, now, any other new unfinished business? New or unfinished business? Go ahead, Attorney.
My secretary should have sent to the council today a copy of the Attorney General's opinion letter, one of two that was requested by me on behalf of the council, involving Councilman. I would like for you to review it, and I'll be glad to field any questions you have, but I just want you to have a chance to look over it first. I called the Attorney General's office to find out where our second request is. I didn't get anybody to talk to me, but I left a voicemail message. I will get back, reach out to them again tomorrow, asking about that second request.
Thank you. All right, go ahead, Councilman Thomas.
And can you check, make sure you get that check, because, when we doing that ordinance, some of the stuff in there requiring us, somebody use the city fund to take care of, you need to know that.
Yeah, that's,
As soon as possible.
I called and asked them what's the story. They said one, but not the other, and I didn't understand that.
All right, any other business? Yes, Councilman Thomas.
A year ago, I had a contract, it was on the administration, a friend of mine, public work guy, but anyway, I'm talking about the Ray Street, road, by opening, we had closed it. I want to first of all thank the citizen of Ward 8 for being patient. A year ago, I requested through the new administration about getting it opened up. Today, I'm proud to say, Ray Street is open. Get ready to roll through, then go through, the patient of Ward 8, because there are 8 wards. And I know the public work will not be able to stay a whole 2 months or so trying to get that roll back. It was horrible. trees and rolled over, trash, garbage everywhere, then they had it blocked. I want to thank Director, Mr. Henry Hick and his guys for going out there at every chance to get it done. Because I push them, because I know they cannot spend all the time out there in Ward 8 when they got other wards to work with as well. So I appreciate them. I just want to say Ward 8 is open. I mean, Red Street is open, for business.
Word is open. Okay, that's right. All right, any other quick reminders? Over at the public library, they have the display set up, with the, Auburn project where, our foot soldiers are being identified. It's open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tomorrow, I think, is the last day. Please go by there and see that exhibit. It's a very, very important, significant exhibit. And some of you may see some people you recognize, and you will identify foot soldiers. So please help Auburn, help us. That's one. Second announcement, Veterans Day is this Thursday. Let's give a round of applause to all our veterans. Can't hug, can't touch, but when you see a veteran, give them a smile in their mouth, something, and just say thank you, because they have served us well. All the freedoms that we enjoy are because we have had some great veterans, and Selma is a veterans town.
So let's honor our veteran up here, Mr. Sam.
And thank you. Next.
Oh, yeah, and
I'll turn it back. The audience, we sincere. Thank you all. And one last thing. On last week, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, the days come together for Wednesday. On last Wednesday, many of us had the opportunity to attend the graduation of our very own councilwoman, Jane Thomas, as she received her advanced municipal officer certification. Let's give her a round of applause. Continues to be trained. With that said, there being no further business for the subcommittee together, we stand adjourned.
I want to